thicker.
I don't know why I backed it.
We're just adding more and more words, and then they're like, hey, you know what? That's good.
This thing weighs about 1 kilogram, and it's in my luggage.
Hey, you know what? We need to work out somehow. Meaning like during working time. One day we'll do squats while casting.
We're working while working out.
Yeah, there you go. Squatting while casting.
You know what?
Burn them calories.
About half of the MLBB esports organizations I know introduce physical exercise into the regimen. And they started to invest on like actual physical health coaches.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yep. So
I wish I had one. At least a nutritionist. That's all I ask for, because for me, I eat everything, man, because everything is so good, except pork, seafood, and alcohol stuff.
Right. Here's the thing. I love food, man.
See?
I love food. So I would. Working with a nutritionist is like saying, yeah, let's make your world smaller.
Exactly.
How about we lock some doors?
Yeah. After an hour talking is like, yes, I think we're not going to work. I think this is the end of our relationship.
Thank you.
I appreciate you for coming, and you seem like a nice person.
Can we discuss that refund?
Anyways, yeah. So the teams are getting ready, but they might
changing animations right now.
It might as well. You gotta
Gotta get the right recall.
Recall the emotes,
The stickers.
Well played, bro.
Yeah. Or the ones you leave on the ground.
I don't do it, so I don't know.
It's a very specific part of the preparation tab.
Yep. I'm honestly more just a recall guy. I don't even spam the emotes that much.
Oh yeah, dumping a couple of thousand diamonds on a recall is worth it. My book. Yeah.
Honestly, especially when it has that instant, like you know how recall some they take their time to have the animation
slow,
and the sound,
and it's quiet. Yeah.
I want one that's instantly you can hear it.
Yeah. You know what? You can just cut straight to the point. You want something that's annoying.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, who does it? Who wants a slow recall?
Or you can have it both ways. Something that's cool and annoying. I don't know the name of it, but it's that cool one. Like, everybody has that cool one.
Yeah, I think the one that I'm spamming is the liquid one.
Oh yeah. That's the best, most annoying one.
The other one is the clout one, where it's just like. Wait, that one, it's not that annoying, but you have that sound.
We'll see if our players set that up. Again, we are now going into game number 1. Flying Clouds is the map enhancement we'll be seeing. That means the draft is almost here. This is Team Indonesia on your cameras. They are going to be on the play. They're banning out the CC, while Timor-Leste takes out the Zushin.
And I feel like any ban that Timor-Leste bans is actually correct, because they're like, yeah, most probably Indonesia can use it, and they can use it quite well. CC as well as the Eve. So they're kind of taking out the options that prevent them from basically invading here, because CC, if wins the lane, doesn't matter gold or EXP, able to follow up quite fast. Same with the Eve. So good ban here, making sure that the Jushin as well the Baxia is taken away. But legit, take out the Grok, because I feel like it's not going to be a great time if Indonesia does get that Grok.
It looks like they'll take care of the old meta answers first. There's the Baxia. I don't think Indonesia's going to ban the Grok, not them.
Yeah, no, Indonesia wants it, because
they want it.
Indrawati, man. Give her the Grok, give her the Gatai, give her the Cho. Heck, you know what? We saw Minotaur. Give her that Minotaur. And she will show a different side of that hero that you wish you didn't see. At least not the ones fighting against it.
One more chance for Timor-Leste to take that out of the equation. They don't. It's the Alice.
Okay, now that's different. Considering the Lapu is there, Yuzong is there. Indonesia, they have options here. They might, like, the Grok is there. They're gonna delay it for a bit. They're gonna get the Yi Sun Shin first. And I was about to say, even if the Grok gets taken, later on you might opt for a Kalia instead.
Yep.
Just so that if they pick up a landslide, hey, that's great.
Soft counter. Again, it feels like a practice of utility to try to ban out specific heroes. So it really is just you picking your poison. It's you seeing what you'll allow Indonesia to get their hands on, and what is it that you're most likely able to deal with. Timor-Leste have a lot of choices. What do you go for? Gatot Kacha, Hayabusa?
I would go for Grok Haya, honestly.
Take it away.
Or, considering that 2 mid laners have been banned, maybe take a far sub. Looks like they go for the Lapu first. Again, a pretty meta pick here in the SEA Games, taking up the Lapu relatively early.
There's the
and
Grok.
the Grok as well. So, in terms of counter picks here, Indonesia, they can still pick up the Gatot if they want. And if they don't, it's fine. Maybe Indrawati just want to show that in terms of the picks in Rome, they're still plentiful.
Picks in Rome, picks in the EXP even with the Lapu Lapu takeaway and the Alice and bans.
Maybe take up a Yuzong here, but looks like they go for the Lunox Esme first.
But we don't know. This could be a Golden Esmeralda.
Or even a gold lane Lunox. Both are flexible. You know, going to the EXP, gold, mid, gold. Timor-Leste, this is their opportunity to pick up a Hayabusa if they want. Because other than the Hayabusa, there's still the Lancelot, the Joy, the Suyo. So Indonesia can't ban all of them. But this is where you can get your preference before it's too late.
I think Lance, and then, nope, never mind. I would just say Lance, then ban out the Kalia.
Yeah.
That would be cool. But Brizzy here, the Granger get picked, so they know now most likely what their gold lane matchup is.
Yep. Maybe Timor-Leste again, as we see in the SEA Games, quite a few teams still wanting to play a traditional role. You know, have the marksman in the gold lane, and we can definitely see it work. But it's punishable, right? Especially going up against a team like Indonesia, where they're known to be quite fast. So Timor-Leste, they got to ban out things that makes their comp fast. Banning out the Yuzong, the other pick that I would consider might be because the Esme might just go EXP anyways, right? So makes it a bit annoying.
Goes the Lance. So what's left is a Hayabusa. I think Coach Casius of Indonesia would ban that too.
Just to shrink the hero pool even more. Though I do gotta say, because they do have the Granger, they have the option if they want to go for a tank jungle.
Yeah, like Frederick
Nakai, you know.
But Frederick will be really difficult to use right
because of Lunox,
And
Jin,
Esmeralda.
Esme, yeah.
Okay, there's the Kalia.
I mean, the other one is basically Suyo, right?
Yep. Kalia is still a pretty good ban here because, again, let's say you end up with a Hayabusa. It doesn't get banned here in Red 5. Then at least you have a solid way to catch the Yusun Shin or find the Lunox.
And probably saving the mid as well. Because Timor-Leste, they have an opportunity if they want. Go for something like a Parsa, right? Try to prevent the fight from happening by chunking them out low enough. Or forcing an engage and then try to punish. The Joy does end up getting banned here. So Timor-Leste, if they want, the Hayabusa is still there. But you can't delay because you know the Yusun Shin is most likely going into the hands of Chan.
There's no rush. Indonesia won't contest it at all. So you go for mid.
I'm looking at the Farsa. I'm looking at Farsa.
That's it. No Valentina,
No Kimi.
Whoa!
Well, Vex news. I'm vexed.
Yes, you are. Bringing back an oldie. I don't know if it's a goodie in the current meta game. There's a reason why we don't see her anymore.
I think it's okay. Like, it's not so... Like, you get to clear lane pretty fast, and in case things goes wrong, ask some help from the Lord, and then hope it's enough. So, I think starting out the game, this is where you try to get comfortable, get used to the stage, and now a Cho gets picked up.
That's gotta be Indrawati's pick, the mother of tanks.
And the thing is it gonna be a tank, or is she gonna go damage?
I think she can afford to go tank. She can afford to go tank,
unless it's a Cho gold.
Yeah, because we have a Khalid now.
And the thing is, you know, I probably said this yesterday, but there was a Cho that soloed the Lord before, so that was a very, very fun time, at least for us watching it. So Suya does end up getting picked up. I would say for Timor-Leste, this seems meta-ish, but really it's more, I feel like, more on comfort.
It's meta parallel.
Because looking at their lineup, it looks like you can delay the game. With the Grok, with the Suyo, and the Vex.
You can defend forever.
Exactly, so maybe that's their idea. You know, 26, 27 minutes, maybe Indonesia will make a mistake. Maybe. That's a pretty big maybe.
But Indonesia has done this, if not 1,000, 1,000,000 times. They know how to find these holes. They know how to crash through even in the most impenetrable fortresses. Look, one more look at the lineup and confirmed it is a gold lane show in the hands of Sisuanto. And her sister will be playing the Lunox in mid. And Indrawati will get that Khalid.
Yeah, well, we'll see how this Joe Gold will deal with the Granger. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second match of the day. It's Indonesia going up against Timor-Leste. Siswanto already showing up, trying to push Jennifer as well as Grace away from the minions, trying to delay just a little bit. But as of Vexana, quite big range. It's pretty hard for you to freeze against. Look at this. Siswanto already attacking Madrika around the buff. Uh-oh, it looks like a first blood there. Madrika! Taken away by Indrawati.
Yep. Again, the mother tanks. Indrawati also known as Vivian. Always in control of her squad. And I think, Shell, Siswanto was part of that. So again, these fighters, side lanes, they're just never offline. Mudrika can't even touch her orange.
And Mudrika is level 1 at 1 minute of the game. No jungler wants this. Even the opposing roamer has more EXP than you. Indrawati, a few more seconds, gets level 3. But Mudrika does secure that. But look at this cost. Look at this. Like, Siswanto is basically saying, like, I don't need a latent phase. I can just stay in the jungle.
She's playing a different game from what
look at this.
Arwana
Look at this Suyo.
is doing.
Suyo's walking in. 1v1 against a gold lane Cho.
Oh, she wins. She kicks out Mudrika at level 2.
And Siswanto is almost level 4. Forces out the flicker. Look at that, Indrawati doing a lot of damage on Arwana.
Arwana also flickers out.
So at this point, Indonesia, they're controlling legit from the first 10 seconds of the game. Mudrika tries to get away, and somehow she did.
While they're getting an economic lead. I'm losing my words because of how cruel.
We don't see this often.
Yeah, of how cruel and how efficient they're playing. All this while, Vival, their jungler, Shen, was taking the turtle. So they're in control of the map and even parts we're not seeing.
Yep. And even the wall is there trying to prevent Shen from getting purple buff. Will still get it. Jennifer taking a lot of damage from Indrawati. Indrawati gets the kill. And now even diving forward, Siswanto gets the kill. Now Siswanto gets the Sky Piercer.
Oh my lord.
It's a thing.
A killer show. Shell, what are you doing? Siswanto is taking the lane, taking down Arwana, and we didn't even really check up on the XP lane. What is the story there? Lim might get punished here. She's fine. Here's the thing. She's the XP laner. That's what.
Yeah. Siswanto having to use the flicker and make sure that Jaida doesn't kill her. Here's the thing. My good friend Seto Kaiba did say, for you to win out in business, get 51%. And I feel like Indonesia took that a little bit too far. So like, how about you control 90% of the map?
Make it 95. Because the few places that Timor-Leste's players can actually go is only where Indonesia aren't. Because again, they literally only have 5 heroes, right? So there's got to be a crack, and that's the 5% you're seeing on the map.
Madrika trying very hard just to get onto level 5. And Wati, a lot of damage onto Grace, has to flicker out. At this point, Team Indonesia, they can take a fight just because they feel like it. Like, whoever gets hit is just unfortunate. It's like, why are we there? We are taking 95%.
Oh no, Mudrika. Can't even push out Lim from the EXP lane. Shen pushes in 4 minutes. Mid lane, tier 1 falls. That's Siswanto. Chini goes ahead and pops the brilliance as Shen steals away the purple.
I've seen side lanes below 5 minutes gets taken down. Never thought I'd see mid. Now that's quite rare.
Just like that.
Quite rare.
And it's not even they're making full rotations.
Yeah.
Indonesia was just passing by.
Like, okay, the minions are, dead. Might as well. And all the while, Chen. Oh, but Jennifer gets a kill, though. Over to Siswanto.
Yep. Shell was overextended. I think he tried to go for a flicker kick. Missed it, got punished. Very understandable. There were literally 4 members of Timor-Leste plus a turret.
Yep. which also means she probably should not have made that play. But hey,
Correct.
you know, it is what is it. At this point,
Too close to the sun.
almost 5,000 goal difference. Probably trying to get up to that point because Indonesia, they got another kill onto Arwana, and at this point, you know what? Rotations be damned. We'll just be everywhere, and then just take the game by storm. Speaking of, they're gonna get this bot turret at 5 minutes. It almost feels like the call is get a turret every minute. Let's try that.
This feels like another, Modrica taken down by Lim. It feels like another escape room situation.
Yeah.
Like, how do we get out of this lock that Indonesia's put us in for us to actually play normal MLBB? Because this is not MLBB. This is not how the developers designed the game to be played. Not while you're down 6,000 gold at 5.5 minutes.
Looking at the items here, I don't think not much, but just one tool. Chen gets a kill onto Arwana. Gray's nowhere to go. Killing spree for Siswanto, and the Lapu tries her very best, but Jaida, at this point, you're too far behind. Double kill on Siswanto, and now with the Genius Wand, Jennifer with the glowing. Indonesia might try to end the game as fast as possible and setting a record here in the SEA Games.
We're at about 6 minutes now. We've seen games end at about 7.5, 8 minutes with the current settings of the game. But as it is, with Chen getting slowed down here and one more turtle spawning up top, I feel like we might still see at least one Lord. And then end from there.
Well, Lim is trying her very best to get the tier 2. Rika and Jaida pulling the minions away, doing quite well. Oh, hold on, flickers forward. Does get a kill onto Madrika. Indrawati, though, might have made it so that Siswanto is positioned away where Arwana is able to get that shutdown.
So Chini bites it. Her first death in this game. She was sitting at 5-0 until now. Endless battle onto Shell. The show has started to change its priorities. She started to now attack turrets more, tried to play more macro. I think that death down bottom, like she understood, yeah, I'm a little too forward. I'm a little overextended. Let me try to secure the game first before I start playing around like that. Oh, quick knock him on a Jada. Jada hasn't died, so she's one of those players for Timor-Leste that's like, we can do this, ladies.
Yeah, honestly, she has been quite aggressive, trying to jump in, hitting her abilities, making sure that the she survives. But again, you don't have the items because how far is this? About 5,000 gold, 7 minutes in, and they're threatening to take all the holy shields down here in mid, up top, and all the while, good from Mudrika, trying to proxy the wave to make sure at least the bottom doesn't get taken down. But look here, the top, the mid, no more defenses in terms of the holy shields.
Yep, bottom has just one left, and I think that's what Madrika is investing in. She's gonna slow push that, leave it, and know that this is as deep as she gets to cross the river. Lord over to Indonesia. This was prior a turtle that they just on purpose allowed to evolve. Again, we'll see at least one Lord at 8 minutes.
Arwana does get the Malefic Roar. Understand that you really need some form of penetration. Jaida, a few basic attacks from Siswanto is able to chunk out about what? 10%, 20% HP, and that's like just not committing. Just it's gonna punch you and then see how it feels.
And then I get out of there.
Feels good for me.
Wait for the rest of my team to come through. And they're synchronizing these waves perfectly. Immaculate symmetry across the map. In comes Jaida, trying to push out Team Indonesia. The jump in by Lim. And that could be one more massive hit on the Eternal Guard. Siswanto falls. Traded out for Jennifer. Arwana as well. 1 for 2. Turret falls. There's still a Lord up top.
And mid as well, they just got to deal with that one minion. Not even the minion has died, so they can threaten top as well as mid. 9 minutes in. Are they looking for a sub 10-minute end? Yeah, roughly about 30 seconds. Jaida has to jump back. And Indonesia, they're getting the mid inhibitor.
Oh no, Jaida does not survive this game. Deathless, down she falls. Grace at half health, gets a few shields from her passive. The Lord, quite healthy, still a full HP bar. Now can Indonesia find it, thread the needle, end it now. Grace healing up. Timor-Leste looking to clear the waves, get some shields. Here comes Siswanto, looking for that massive Oh, down goes Mudrika. There's still a couple of minions. Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia at sub 10, 9:59, game 1.
And we talk about a David versus Goliath. Yeah, that's how it looks like. Like you said, that was kind of unfair. Like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, you're already inside the jungle of your opponents, and then there's really nothing your opponents can do. And the developers have designed the game, patched quite a few times to make sure this does not happen. They broke the system.
Team Indonesia just knows the game well enough, and they know themselves well enough to know how to return and revert the game to pre-changes by our developers. They know what it's like. Vival, their jungler, is known to do this. In the heyday of their dominance, when they had that almost 3
And hey, more MLBB to play. And I gotta say that might be the reason why she just wants to use the Cho, because she's more of a marksman player. But as time progresses, I'm pretty sure she's tried out new things, and then she's like, hey, you know what? Fighters are pretty cool. I wish I can do this with, say, a Claude. Nope, not gonna happen. But
well, it's not capable of that. But again, this is not an isolated incident. We've seen gold lane Chos.
yeah.
So she just pushed it to the limit.
Although it might be the first here in seagames.
Right.
At least the ones that we cast.
Correct.
Yeah.
And she pushed it to 11. She's turned the knob up to 11, the aggression, the damage. I'd like to see how hard she leaned in the damage.
I think at least 2 damage items, and only the reason why is she might not have enough time to build a third.
Correct. So there's no defense at all.
Yeah, at most brute force, or just build some like a robe or something, and then that's it. Sub 10 minutes, able to end the game. So far, should be the fastest game time here in seagames.
Fastest, yeah.
All right, we will double check on that, but at least in our experience, that was definitely the fastest game, and it all started from just a few seconds into the game, and the MVP is this Wanto.
That is the player also known as Chini. She does a lot of damage, and just like me in game 2 of her previous series, she also built a Sky Piercer on the Lunox, but in contrast to that, she actually, in my opinion, deserves to build it.
I mean, like, for Team Indonesia,
She can afford to.
can you really argue?
I think all of them could have built a Sky Piercer.
Yeah, because here's the thing. If you keep on winning, what can you really say? You know, you're like, oh, that's not optimal. And you're like, but did we win though? All right, you know what? You win. So,
Okay, so same for Ni.
yeah.
So Sa can look at me and say, Leo, did we lose?
And I was like, you know what? There's no argument. You won. So, hey, look at the items here. And yes. So Siswanto actually got the third. And yeah, it's the brute force, right? So just War Axe, Endless, brute force. And then up to you. Do you feel like immortality? Go for it. Do you feel like more MR? Sure. Go ahead. But they more or less they try their very best, but against this kind of lineup, and it's something that you don't really prepare against. Like, I'm pretty sure even in scrims, you don't see this often. Maybe in some ranked games, but you always feel like in C games, everyone's just gonna play fair, right?
But what is this? When you consider you can't prepare for this, what are you talking about? Facing off against a lineup like this with a draft that similar heroes are in, or playing against a team like Team Indonesia?
A situation where your jungler is level 1 at almost 2 minutes of the game.
But again, wouldn't it be nice to be able to, though? It's the same kind of concept as the Jawhead walking into your...
So that's how you train for it.
Yeah, like you find yourself in that situation and you study the outs, right? So, I don't know, what is it? You just go around your jungle, don't fight anything, and then when you see your opponents at level 2 or 3, all right, let me try.
Well, that was a pretty tough situation, but again, Indonesia, the clear favorites, have been dominating for quite a few years now.
We haven't found a solution yet, by the way.
I mean, like, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure the other countries are watching this game, and then they're like, we knew what was going to happen, but wow.
Still, sub 10 minutes. The developers are aiming for something around 14, 15.
Yeah. And the developers did say they want a meta where a lot of fights break out. But even they're like, okay, yeah, but not like that. We're thinking about Round Turtle, Round Lord.
This will sound mean, but they didn't look like fights. Some of them did, especially under the in the base, under some turrets, when Team Indonesia would overextend. But truth be told, a lot of those did not look like fights.
And I would say it's really not at the fault of Timor-Leste because
Not at all.
with the draft that they got, not much that they can really do unless essentially a few members sacrifice their lane, come help into the jungle, meaning like 4 to 5 people there in the jungle, and hoping for the Vexana to catch someone with a claw, and then it's like, okay, they're feared, everyone jump in, get a kill, right? So we do have to say what Indonesia did is not something that you can do all the time.
Yeah, it's not easily.
That's a cheese.
It's not easily replicable. Oh no, you know what?
So meaning to say, like, other teams that have seen it, they're like, okay, if we do not see a Golden Cho in the lane, they're probably inside the jungle. That's what I mean.
Right.
Yeah, so, like, people will know, okay, when the vision, you don't see Lim, and you don't see the gold lane, you have to assume it's in the jungle, and at that point, get ready to back me up.
Yeah, you're talking about how Siswanto, Shell, played specifically that jungle.
Yeah.
That's something that is more dangerous to pull off than it is something consistent that you want to do to get wins.
It is punishable. It's not without its risk.
Yeah, it's just that Team Indonesia was winning so much of the map that when she failed, when she stopped doing it, there really wasn't much repercussion.
Every single lane was winning to the point where no one could rotate.
Yeah.
So even if they wanted to, it's like, hey, I want to back you up, but this girl won't let me.
I'm locked down.
Yeah.
I'm preoccupied.
Look at my health bar. I need to go back.
Look at my health bar. I was forced to go back. I died.
Look at my buff is no longer there. Right? So
these are the thoughts that Timor-Leste are going through right now. They're going through, we just lost 10 minutes. How do we bounce back? What good did we do in game 1 that we can try to, latch onto and say, all right, this kind of worked. Let's try to do it again. I'll tell you now, it's the first phase of the draft. I think the first phase was solid.
you know what? I would cheese them back. 4 women inside a push in mid.
Then go.
Kill both mid and roamer, and then go back to your respective lanes.
You waste what, like 10 seconds tops. You're fine.
I mean, like, if they did something that you don't expect, you do the same thing and be like, how do you like it? And they're like, well, we still win, so, But still, meaning something like that. If you gotta take an advantage where they won't see it coming. And it doesn't even have to be mid, right? It could be just a roam waiting at the EXP bush or the gold bush, and then you actually have a laner that can get that kill, and then just try.
Basically, a hero that has no dash. You target that lane.
Yeah.
You target the hero that is forced to use a flicker, doesn't even have a flicker.
Yeah.
Even a roamer, you kill a roamer, they're already behind.
Just tiny advantages works a lot for you.
Pick someone off. Okay, so that's what Timor-Leste.
Because that's what I did.
How often can you make it work?
I mean, like in rank, pretty often, because people don't see it coming.
People don't talk.
I use a Minotaur, go to the EXP lane, I wait in that bush. They're clearing the minion. They want to last hit. I jump in, and then my laner just continue on. Usually it's either Husky or Gideon. Anyway, we get a kill. We never do it again, but they're always thinking he might be. They're always worried about that bush. And I only do it once.
And then the rest.
But that was enough.
The rest are mind games.
I'm in their head.
And that's all you want to do.
Living rent free. And they're like, LaFell, man.
You know what? Half the dudes who did that till now, I think are thinking that.
Yeah.
I think there's a Minotaur over here.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they might be in that bush. It's like, dude, it's mid and 1. They're not going to be in that bush. Like,
look, I'll show myself in the map, all right? I'm not in the bush. Or am I?
All right.
A minute till we start.
You know what? Something like a Gwyn, right? Imagine if you have a Gwyn roam, and then just do that.
Oh yeah, more Gwyn than Minotaur.
Yeah, like either, as long as someone that can jump in, get a knock up or a stun or whatever.
Yep. Even a jawhead.
Yes. And then just go inside the opponent jungle and just keep tossing it away.
Folks, we said it. Opponent's jungle, not yours.
Yes. Imagine one day when this gets out of hand, and then the developers just be like, okay, now we have a potion for the jungle.
For the buff.
Yeah. So it was like, yeah, So now we have one for the players. Now we need a specific one for the buff. I wish just one. Say April 1st. They made it so that Jawhead can toss away the turtle and the Lord. Franco able to pull it out.
You know what?
Something like just for one day.
Okay, joke aside, I hope that there could be a feature where the jungler could buy a potion or trigger something to not allow his ally Jawhead to toss stuff around on their side of the jungle. Because sometimes in the heat of battle, the Jawhead might click ejector
Exactly.
and instead toss the buff instead of the opponent.
There was no ill intent. It just so happened.
Exactly. So again, now that we're talking about it, it sounds like it's easy. It sounds like it makes it like training wheels for the ejector, but
Hey, some Jawheads need it.
yeah.
Anyways, we're going to Dangerous Grass, and this is a scary one. Out of all the maps, Dangerous Grass is legit scary because your mind has been programmed to basically see the map where the bush is not there.
Yep.
Right, especially at the base, the ones on the side. We've seen some people fall for that.
Yep. Because they just walk by and then boop, they die. But another map like Broken Walls also does change your programming. It does affect the way you know the muscle memory of the map, but not in a way that Dangerous Grass does. Nothing is hidden from Broken Walls. If anything, more of the map is exposed. Timor-Leste now on the play. They played a very good red side draft in game number 1, in my opinion. How can they do that now in blue?
Well, first, we're gonna start with the bans here. Timor-Leste taking out the Eve as well as the Lunox. Probably thinking we should not let Siswanto have any kind of advantage in mid. The thing is, eventually you'll push her to the point where she has to use something like a Selena. And is that really something that you really want? Jushin and Kimi, here we go, folks. Starting off the draft. 4 mid laners have been banned. 5, I was talking about a Selena. Selena now gets banned. So what is Valen? Probably Valentina. So Indonesia, final ban here. I would say Grok is a pretty safe one, but
They want it too, though.
yeah, they want it. But yeah, look at 5 bans on mid. So Valen, Kagura. Haven't seen Aurora for forever, and I don't mind not seeing it right now. Wait, Barca's still open. Barca's still open.
You mentioned Selena.
Selena got banned. Yeah. The moment we talked about it, Timor-Leste is like, yep, we know. We've seen it. It's unfair.
I don't think there's any hero that Indonesia does not play.
I mean, like when you play 10 hours a day, right? It's pretty probable that you got a pretty wide hero pool. Timor-Leste, the Grok is up, Yusunshin is up, Gatot is up.
Sorry, Lapu Lapu.
They pick up the Esme first, and considering that the Lunox has been banned, a relatively good pick here in first. So now in terms of following up, the Farsa is still there in terms of mid, because again, 5 has been banned. But you can delay that. Say if Timor-Leste did themselves pick it up, you can just pick a Valen and roughly do the same thing. Yustin Shindo is going to be the pick for Chen again. Rock, Gatot, Open, Lapu, Zong. I think I would prefer the Grok though. Gives a lot of forward momentum. With 10 seconds left.
Yeah, the Grok was untouched. We keep talking about how important it is. And there it is. Indrawati gets her hands on her Grok.
Let me see here. I'm thinking, this is crazy. Pick up, if you can, pick up a Lance and Uranus EXP as made gold, and you already have a pretty solid front line that Indonesia, with all the bans that has been through, it's going to be pretty difficult for them to deal with. Unless, I don't know, a random Cyclops come through. Something that can use a Wishing Lantern.
I don't think Timor-Leste is ready to do that.
I mean, against Indonesia, are you ready to do anything?
Might as well. Might be the best time, right? There's a Hayabusa.
And a Minotaur. Okay, so go to one lane. Stay in the bush. Wait for them to last hit, jump in, get a kill.
But Indonesia is just as capable of doing that, especially with the Khadira.
Yeah, Kadira, Rock, as well as Yisun Shin.
Are we gonna see a side lane export? Is that a telegraph?
I feel like if anyone can execute it, it's Indonesia because Timor-Leste, there's too much burst coming in from Indonesia at this point. The export. I've seen the Kadira being used just 1 or 2 weeks ago. It's definitely hard for the export to deal with this Kadira.
No. Indonesia will play the gold lane export.
Yeah, but there you go, ban. Even Timor-Leste is like, we don't
do it. Yep, they read into it.
So Valen gets banned, the Hive gets banned as well, and the Parcel is that true because the Kadira can deal with that. You know, Eve has shield, Parcel just has wings.
So what's going to be in the gold lane for Indonesia? CC's open.
Even a Granger if you just want to use a marksman.
I believe CC and Lapu-Lapu have been open.
So Timor-Leste, they are going to be banning one. I would ban the CC. I feel like CC is a pretty safe ban here. Lapu is dangerous, but yeah, there you go. Ban on the CC. So on the fourth pick for Indonesia, Lapu is the safest, still hides. Oh, but the Ruby, forgot about the Ruby.
We forgot Ruby is so often banned these days that she rarely comes through, and here it is. And likely, that's it, that's the gold laner. And then into Lapu-Lapu, but Timor-Leste might steal.
Yeah, I would say it's risky, but might even consider like a Claude, and then mid. I don't want a Farsa because it's so easy for the Grocky's Shin and Kadira to deal with.
That's right.
I guess Vixana again, if that's your comfort. But I just need something that can survive against a potential gank coming in from the mid trio of Indonesia. If not just Esme Gold, it's still okay, it's still fine.
I'm still on that mid lane for Timor-Leste. They do not have a solid mid laner save for Farsa.
Oh, okay. The last time I've seen the Jushin actually was it from Indonesia? No, it wasn't, but
Zetian.
Sorry, yeah, Zetian. Sorry,
Yeah.
That's how rarely we see her.
You don't even say her name
I
anymore.
don't even say her name.
Zetian, yeah, no, So, yeah, we were so scared of heroes jumping onto
The mid.
that she has a built-in mechanic. I don't know if it's worth it. It helps set up the Mino and Fury, though. But here we see, I would assume, a side lane, an XP lane Khalid.
Yeah. The thing is with Zetian is that she can kind of poke out the mid, so she has pretty good range, okay-ish damage. But the thing is, as you start to go into those team fights, Zetian you don't really feel Zetian.
Yeah, no, her damage is her weakest aspect.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Eve used to be like that, where you don't see anything and you don't feel anything. With Zetian, you don't feel anything and you don't see anything.
She invests quite heavily into vision, and then a little bit in the crowd control, but very little damage. So that's the main problem. Going into game number 2, we concluded the first one in about a blink of an eye. Now let's see how far Timor-Leste can push Team Indonesia here in their final game in the series.
Yeah, there we go, folks. We usually blink once every 10 minutes, so we didn't even see that one coming. Timor-Leste is look at this. They're investing a bit more people just to make sure that the jungler is going to be safe. Grace holding out the minions, enough time for Jennifer to be there, and Siswanto trying to make sure that is able to deny a bit, but the Granger has the range, not really that big of a problem.
One of the few times you're gonna have to win. Oh, it looks like old habits die hard as Team Indonesia cannot resist and still cross the river, confirming the Little Wanderer, compromising the early farm of Mudrika.
Yep. Still, at least it's not as bad as what happened before. Siswanto still having that passive. Doesn't matter getting engaged on by Grace. Timor-Leste just has to wait out just a little bit, and maybe with both the Minotaur and the Zetian, they can have something insane happen, like a good engage. But the problem is, you have the damage because that's the thing. Set up good, but can you kill someone when you have the opportunity?
Yep, they're going to rely hard on that Granger and, of course, Mudrika for the killing blow. If they can't do that, Indonesia will plow through them once again, just like in game number 1. I appreciate the fact that Timor-Leste are playing this discipline, though. Usually, after a couple of minutes of passing the point of, hey, we used to be already losing our breath, but now some things will get carried away. Here, they're still sticking to their guns.
And they're moving as 4. We try to be careful, but Mudrika is not level 4 just yet, so it does look like compromise just a little bit with all the engagement. There you go, the Kadita gets first blood. Instantly on to Hayabusa. Shan follows up, stunning up Jada. And all the while, Grace tries to get away. Jennifer is not level 4 just yet. And they all just have to back off. Jada jumps back in, probably to her death. Gets engaged on and Chan secures the kill.
I was going to say, the turtle take will be the true challenge. Have they really learned from game 1 and can they, get one over Team Indonesia? The answer seems to be no. The passive has already popped. Jennifer has no protection from what Indonesia brings to her. Indrawati and Siswanto inside the jungle. Arwana looking to clear out members of Team Indonesia. Here comes Shen and Lim. Goes in, looking for targets. Shen does not have the Mount Shocker, could not take down Grace. Grace gets away.
Jada, though, does want to punish Lim at least. Moving far to forward, looks like able to get away. Siswanto goes back, finds Grace. And the Earthen Rampart basically puts Arwana in a very tricky situation, has to flicker out. Mudrika did not hit the shadow onto anyone, cannot get back into the fray.
No, they all want Jennifer. Jennifer gets knocked up and taken down.
Killing spree for this Kadita. And this is why I say I've seen it like, 1 or 2 weeks ago. It's oppressive. There's nothing you can do. Grace might get taken down again.
Sydney was the MVP of game 1. She might go for a back-to-back. 4-0-1. Any hero that the Kadira says they have strength to take down this one, they effectively do. And only one of those went to someone else. Only Chen took a kill from Siswanto. And Timor-Leste still has nothing to show for it. 4 minutes in, second turtle spawning lower corner. And Timor-Leste is back to where they were about 15 minutes ago.
So game 1, Indonesia got the mid turret at about 4 minutes, this time at 3. So they are actually making the game a little bit faster. And engaged on.
They didn't see that they were already in that side of the jungle. No one was flushing out Team Indonesia. Jennifer just walking around, gets taken down. Jada might be up next. Not enough damage from the 4 members of Team Indonesia here. They'll be happy with stealing away the orange.
Yeah, the only problem is even if you know that they're there, it's inevitable. Even if you don't walk in, you're just essentially wasting your time because you're not farming up, right? You want to avoid them, and they are staying close to where you want to be. And now Arwana is all alone. Neck charge didn't hit, but it really doesn't matter. Arwana still surviving though, quite a while. But Indrawati does get that kill and even goes for a blade of emphasis.
Even with mistakes, Team Indonesia are able to repair situations and get back to what they were going for. Both a free pick-off and a turtle. All for Indonesia. Off camera, Jada bites it. Shen had her way down bottom, letting a lane push. Swat off top, taking care of that tier 1. But Phil, I don't think you're wrong. This might actually end up being faster in game 1.
Well, Arwana gets picked up again by Siswanto. Talk about dangerous grass. You're not accustomed for a bush to be there. And then you're like, well, I guess I'm gonna go in 6-0-2. What are you gonna do about this Kadita?
Destroyed.
Who can stop her? It's gotta be a combination of bolts coming in from Jennifer, from Grace, and somehow they can get Mudrika to get the perfect shadow kill, but that's a long shot.
Yeah.
That is a miracle play you're looking for. Holy Shield in mid pop. Bottom lane, tier 2 still standing. And here's the play. I think Indonesia will do the same thing. They'll let this turtle transform into a lord and go from there.
Did they pop? Are they going to get the mid inhibitor at 6 minutes. Looks like the answer is yes. At 6 minutes, they got the inhibitor in mid. And basically off of the playoff, Siswanto able to dodge out the OD shadow kill. There's nothing this Indonesian mermaid can do.
It has been destroyed.
She's definitely in the running for MVP again. Holy shit, top down bottom. Shen is starving Mudrika. Yes, she's died less compared to how she played that Q1 game 1, but it's all about resources. Big tech charge! And quick knockups. The first kill for Timor-Leste. Indrawati falls. But Jada, Arwana, and Grace fall just as quickly. That's a double kill for Shen. And they didn't break just one inhibitor at about 6 minutes. So they broke 2.
At 7, and now will they be able to end the game at 7 minutes? Because if they do, this definitely is the fastest game, but one by one, Indonesia falls, unable to commit. They have to back away.
So they're happy with cleaning up house, mid and bottom inhibitors. Even the buff, again, they have to maintain this level of upkeep. They have to continue to choke out Timor-Leste to keep this 10,000 gold lead up. So, as expected, they're doing that. 30 more seconds and then this turtle becomes a lord.
Yeah. Well, rarely do we see this kind of
Team turret has
control,
been
but if you want to maintain your status as world champions, you got to give a statement like, it's not enough to win.
Yep.
You got to let everyone know.
It's a form of respect for their opponent as well.
Yes.
No matter who they face, no matter where, they will give their 150%. Grace here holding on for dear life. Minoan Fury plus a Fury of the Phoenix. Able to let her sustain, but only for a second longer as Lim takes her down. All of this in an effort to divert Timor-Leste's attention. Shen is taking the Lord for free.
Yeah, but the thing is, even if they try to contest, most likely they will not have enough resources to actually to secure it for themselves. Indrawati tries to zone them away, but Jaida very confidently staying in the front, making sure this inhibitor doesn't get taken down. Minions, though, coming in from mid. Can Timor-Leste do it? Because looking at the ultimate, Grace does not have the Mayo Fury just yet.
They do have chubby waves coming through all lanes. Top lane, that inhibitor, say goodbye. Lord in through mid. And look at Indonesia, slowly but surely living inside Timor-Leste's base. Another Fury of the Phoenix halts Indonesia's momentum, but only for half a second. To 5v5 inside, the final siege is imminent.
The Lord is marching in alongside with a minion wave. Grace is up front. Minion Fury has 3. But look at Siswanto diving in. Same as Lynn gets Arwana shut down. Jennifer able to get the kill. The Lord is still healthy though. And Team Indonesia will end it at 9:24.
Almost a full half minute. I'll say 32 seconds faster than they finished game number 1. And that is despite Timor-Leste already adjusting their draft and their gameplay. What a performance.
The crazy thing is they could have ended it like 1 or 2 minutes earlier at 7. But again, the timing of the minions, and at 7 minutes, it doesn't take that long for you to revive after death. And we can see Timor-Leste still in high spirits. Because like I said, Team Indonesia, this is how they show respect, right? You know that we're dominant, we're going to be dominant because you guys are the same as all of our competitors. You guys want to win, we want to stop that.
That is sportsmanship on display. Timor-Leste, happy to have experienced competition against the world champions, against the strongest team in women's MLBB currently here to date. And that's another series done. 2 games, 2 points over to Team Indonesia.
Yep. Very happy to see Timor-Leste still in high spirits because, again, part of the journey in any internationals, but especially here in SEA Games, is the experience and the bond, right? This is where you meet people. This is where you expand your horizon and be like, so this is my MLBB in my own country. It's like, so this is what it feels like to face someone else from somewhere else.
Yep. It's a form of cultural exchange.
Yeah.
Oh, this is how you guys do it here.
Where we come from, we don't even use this pick. Right? Maybe in Timor-Leste, they're like, we fought a few Caditas, but not like that.
It's a different kadira.
Not like that.
It's a very specific kind of kadira. And this is something to take into the next stages, into the next matches of our broadcast here today. The group stage is panning out to be quite the interesting beast. The ladies, I think they're willing to take more risks in the draft.
Yeah. It's kind of like going as expected, and yet we're still surprised.
Yeah, every game has a unique pick. Every game introduces some heroes that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, and again, the SEA Games is showing out why we say this meta is pretty okay. There are some picks that I'm sure someone's like, I'd rather not be there, but still, relatively, the hero pool just keeps on increasing and increasing and increasing. There's something for everybody.
Yeah. Empirically, though, there are some picks that, as much as I'd like for them to work, they just don't.
Yeah.
My eyes are on the
Not yet.
Suyo. I really like the Suyo. It's just, whenever someone picks a Suyo, it's just, okay.
It's kind of like, this draft isn't for the Suyo.
Yep.
Suyo is just there to kind of like fill some goals. He feels like a support jungle.
Yeah, he's about a 51% win rate, something like that.
Yeah.
More teams win with him, but
It was not because of him.
yeah, that's where we are now. I'm hoping that the next bout that we watch in cast has more new picks.
Yeah. Eventually, we'll run out. I'm waiting for the day someone picks up Diggy. Diggy, goal, cheese, kill out the goal lane over and over again.
But Diggy's bad against heroes like this. Yi Sun Shin, in the hands of Shen, she's our MVP. Diggy doesn't do anything to Yi Sun Shin.
I mean, like,
What's the best case scenario? You times journey the boat. You still die,
no, just bombs. Just put it in the bush.
and then have him
In
walk in.
dangerous grass.
Have him walk in.
Wait for someone. And then they're like, trust me. Someone will walk in.
I hope you built a robe. I hope you have an Athena shield.
And here you go, 9 minutes, 24 seconds in terms of the build. From Indonesia, roughly everyone gets 2 here, except for Indrawati, but that is, no, even her. She got the buff, the Blade of Hephaestus.
Right.
Alongside with the Immortality, only Shen gets more, because again, as the jungler, you just farm up a little bit faster, getting
You
3
almost hit
items.
1,000.
Yeah, almost, 980 something just now? Yeah.
957, I think.
Either ways, still very, very high. And it shows how difficult it is to actually get over 1,000, despite that dominating game, almost ending at 7.
Even 900.
Yeah,
Even 900 gold per minute is like, yeah, it's pretty high.
that's pretty difficult. But shout outs to Timor-Leste, both the men as well as the women. We can see the heart there. They're trying their very best. And if they keep it up, they might get a game off of their groups.
Hey, if there's anything we can say about Timor-Leste, is that they love MLBB.
Oh yeah, they love MLBB.
They really love MLBB, and I would like to see more of them. It seems like here in games in Thailand 2025, it's the writing's on the wall. All right, for the men's, they did make it. For the women's, I think it's just a matter of time unless they pull something out.
I mean, here's the thing. In their group, they got Indonesia, sure, Malaysia, and Myanmar. So if anything, if they're able to win against Myanmar, there's still chance.
Yeah, the math checks out. So we're early on in the day. We'll check in again, but regardless, I'd like to see more of Timor-Leste
No, same.
in the near future.
Same. But again, that is the second match of the day. We still have more MLBB action, about 4 more matches,
4 best of 2s.
4 best of 2s.
We love MLBB.
And there are some teams that we haven't seen just yet. In Group A, we've seen Thailand, Vietnam. In Group B, we have seen Indonesia, Timor-Leste. So we haven't seen Malaysia, Myanmar, and we haven't seen the Philippines as well as Laos. So hopefully we get to cover at least one game off of all of them so that we have a good idea of the, let's just say, power level of all the countries here in SEA Games.
Yep. If not their power level, their flavor at least. It's nice to see
Those
that.
picks.
Yeah, like, back home in their little pocket meta, in their leagues, they run this, and
They have a Kaja.
sometimes that's enough to cheese out even a matchup that you wouldn't expect to win. So, again, bring on the pocket meta for MLBB Women's here in the SEA Games.
Yep. So looking forward to see the third match popping up. Should be going for a break soon, and after this we'll see, because even for me the schedule, I'm a little bit unsure about what's coming up just next.
Because, again, sometimes they change it. Sometimes they decide, hey, those fellas over there, they want to see something else, then they
I mean,
switch it up.
according to the schedule, we're not going to be seeing Malaysia at all. As a Malaysian, I'm like, hey, maybe one game.
That's unfortunate. I would love to see the Malaysian ladies play. Just once.
Yeah. You know, because if the other team gets to watch, that's amazing for them. But we want to know what's going on. With that being said, we are going for a break. After this, we will start the third match here in the third SEA Games.